What up, guys? Just getting things started here. The light's a little bright in the background. 1 second. Good to see people rolling in. Mystery Snail Guardians, 3G, Pride's More Fish and More. Good to see you guys. Sorry if it's a little blurry. Hope everybody's having a great Christmas Eve. Oh, let me still getting a few things set up here. So what's everybody up to today? I've been cleaning this fish room, getting it swept up, cleaning the fronts of the tanks, wiping them down with alcohol pads or alcohol wipes just to clean all the grime off. Hello RB, hey Scott's Aquatics. So far today my son got to open one of his gifts. He's pretty happy about that. David, hello. Select Pet, thank you for coming in. Hopefully the background noise isn't too loud. I always worry that my linear air pump is a little noisy. Freaky Fish Lady. Patty's Petite Tanks, thank you for lurking. Appreciate the support. Fishymon, Merry Christmas to you and to everyone as well. Hope everyone's got all their shopping done or whatever you do to prepare for Christmas. I hope you are all prepared. Chewy, good to see you. Jenny, Merry Christmas. Oh man. So any of y'all got big plans for the holidays? We'll do a little talking for a while and then I'll probably get up and show you around the tanks. It's been a not very busy day. I actually got to sleep in quite a bit for once. I've been getting up pretty early the past week, and I slept until about 10:20 today. Aqua Gardens, thank you for stopping in. 17 people here. Still working on the best camera angle. If I go too far this way, it's light up here kind of is blurry, and if I go that way, the window, need to put curtains on that window. But I also have a window on the back side of the camera too. So if I spun around, it'd be bright that way as well. We just woke up, Aqua Gardens. Garden of Eder, Merry Christmas. IHSP Tank Tribe, hello. Sandy, hello. A lot of great people here this morning. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I stay pretty busy cleaning tanks. Dennis, thank you for coming over. Really appreciate the support. Barbara Jackson, hello. Liquid Zoo, Merry Christmas. Thank you for stopping in. Great crowd here today, guys. Thank you so much. So, I'm sure y'all want to see some tanks at some point, but I don't want to jump off into it too quickly. Yeah, what do you guys think about the Santa Claus, or the rikostan Santa Claus? And I think that whole deal has been great this season. Really glad he was able to pull something off like that. Happy birthday, Scott. How old are you today? Dee Dee. Don't you need to get some shopping done, Dee Dee? I heard you hadn't got everything done yet. Scott's Aquatics. 55 years young. It's good age. New local Austin, good to see you. Alright, I may go ahead and switch the camera around and just go around and show a few tanks, and I'll stay up with chat. I should be able to fairly easy. Now I've got 25 people in here. Get the camera switched around and we'll start showing you some stuff. That door shut. Alright, so this tank here is some of my homebred half black blues. Really sorry for the glare. I know this is not going to be a professional quality footage, but I'll show you guys what I can. Fishy Mons 57. Doesn't look like my mods are in here right now. I have two set. Good point. All right. Sandy, if you don't mind, I added you as a mod. Just because my other two aren't in here at the moment. Right here we got some of my metal bluegrass. If I can get it to focus. These are some of my homebred stock. I have imports as well in another tank. I appreciate you lurking, Dee Dee. See down here. Again, we got some of the polar blues and a bunch of plants. Need to move this light. I didn't get the front of this tank clean, so it's got some algae on it. Over here, I got a few imports of the half black blues. It's the same strain as these, but these are my homebred stock. I just have a few left in this tank. Down here is another tank of the polar blue cichlids. kind of getting some black beard algae on my plants, so need to get, it's not worrying me too bad, but it's starting to build up some. Floating plants here are pennywort, and this plant here is hornwort. That's the same as this. This is the pennywort planted. Which one's the Taiwan? Okay, my girlfriend behind me said these are Taiwan lilies. I got them confused with the pennyworts. And this is American Val. And I'm not, there's a kabamba in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Some kabamba right there. Let's see. This is a tank of the snakeskin gold lace. Again, these tanks, for anyone new that sees these tanks a bit yellow or green color, it's because I medicate all my new imports. And also for new people, I run an import business. I import mainly guppies from Asia, mainly Thailand, and resell them here in the United States after they get through quarantine. So every new strain I bring in gets the nitrofurazone Canaplex combo for a week. And I've stopped medicating, but it takes like several water changes after you stop to get the color back out of the water to clear it up. So it's going to be a little bit before that tank turns crystal clear again. Show y'all this side of the room from the back up. Alright, right here we got a 10-gallon on the floor, another 10-gallon here. We got two 40-gallon breeders. This row of tanks here, these first two rows are 29-gallon tanks on this metal rack, and up here are 20 longs, 4 tanks on each row. And over here, 2 more 40 breeders. Right here we got 2 55s and 2 45s. And on the other side of that one is another 45 facing the other way. And I'll scoot over to this side a little bit. Right here, I know it's a little blurry, but these 4 tanks are 29 gallons. This one right here is a 20 long and a 10 gallon. And then 2 more 10 gallons right here. So, and then the ones we were just looking at here, I got 2 29 gallons. These are 20 longs, the first 2 rows, and 20 highs right here. And then I have a little like 3-gallon tank right here that it just has some shrimp in it. And 1 guppy. Hey Bob. And anyone else I might have missed while I was talking. Over here in the 55, man, I wish that wasn't so blurry. Mainly got angelfish. Got a pair of fairy cichlids in here. One in the back right there. It's a pair of angelfish right here. And got gold marbles. Oh, black one. Sorry, it's not the clearest. Got a bunch of red roots from the red root floaters. Xanadu. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Glad to stream for you guys. So this is the top of the 55-gallon tank. We got frog bit. Right here we got frog bit, and then right here some salvinia, and then this is the red root floaters. whole tank's covered with it. Mainly the red root floaters are right here in this big group. Over here is mainly frog bit and salvinia. Thank you, Monster Fish Gal, Lori, so much for sharing my links out. And that does remind me, for anyone new to me, I have a way bigger following on Facebook. I was way more involved with Facebook for way longer before I started a YouTube thing. Down here is just some more angelfish. Lots of val growing everywhere. Big thick substrate with organic soil in the bottom, capped with sand. Got tons of bags of aragonite. I use this stuff mainly for my guppy tanks and my cichlid. Any fish that like a higher pH, this is a great source to use. It's similar to crushed coral, but it has a higher buffering capacity. It just works better in my opinion. So I add that to a lot of my tanks. So these two betas, they're males. They've been together for probably 6 months. They don't ever, all they do is flare. They have never once actually gotten mean at each other. They'll do this, and that's all they do. They've never once tore each other's fins or anything. They just flare at each other periodically. Super nice. And just grab them up if I wanted to. Got another lily here growing up. There's actually a bunch of plecos in here as well, and coreodoras. Patty, you were wondering about treating worms in guppies. I personally feed fenbendazole. I think I have some right over here actually. Yep, I feed fenbendazole flake from Everything Aquatic. See if I can get that to focus. 1 second. I'm not really focusing on the words. That's weird. But anyway, excellent dewormer agent. That's my go-to for any dewormer. Alright, back over here to the 45. We only have 3 electric blue acaras in here that were born from me, some that I raised out, and like 5 long fin bristlenose plecos. And again, they're gonna swim off and hide. There's one of the acaras. Again, anytime I come up with a phone in their face, they're like, "What is that?" and run off. Alright, let me look at this chat. I got sidetracked. Yeah, for anybody that's got a low pH or low TDS and they want to try to raise it naturally, I would go with aragonite or crushed coral, but I just find aragonite works a lot better. And in these tanks like these that's got the soil, that's going to eventually drop pH. So soiled tanks, all these, well, this one's actually, all this one is sand, but the rest of these are soiled, have organic soil bottoms. I have a big just common pleco in here. I'm not gonna be able to see him, he's hiding under these leaves, but he has went through and rescaped the bottom of this tank. This was all completely level before I put him in there. And he's like dug a hole there, created a huge mound there. But I just let him do his things. So this is the male and the female right here. There are some babies in here, but they're so small they're really hard to see. I don't know that it'll pick it up from the top. Yeah. I can't go too high with the water if you're wondering why they're low, because these were, you're not gonna be able to see it there. These were set up on automatic water changes, and I have not been able to set them back up since I moved here. So I have to keep all the water below my bulkhead hole on these tanks. I got one too right there, but there's a plant in the way. $39 people here, 20 thumbs up. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And again, this is another 40 long here with the water down below the bulkhead, because I don't have it hooked back up on the central system yet. These fish are going to hide too, but these are the Pistogrames macmysteries in this tank, and you're not going to be able to see them. They've always been a very shy fish, but they're in there. Let's see if you'll be able to see anything in here. This is my blue Neocaridina shrimp tank. A little blurry. There's a bunch in there, but with all the plants and stuff, they hide down in it. Alright, so this tank we got albino cories and albino bristlenose plecos. Lots of plants. That some of these I don't even know. This is my girlfriend's tank. She mainly set up. This is her pair of angels. She's been trying to get spawning. Lots of mystery snails. Down here we got the red lace guppies, doing pretty well. I got overrun with males right now. Yeah, one of these streams I'll have my girlfriend come up with me and she can discuss all her tanks to you guys. This is another tank full of hornwort floating at the top. That's what I prefer to use to let all my fry hide in. These are the black gold lace guppies. Again, it's going to be hard to see, but I need to paint the backs of them. Down here I got the blue grass, and that's right. I called these red lace. These are red grass. I'm sorry. I knew when I said it, it didn't sound right. So those are red grass, and these are blue grass. Of course, they're going to swim away pretty quickly. PB Aquatics, thank you for stopping in. Up here as well, these are the leopard frog plecos. They're hiding all the time. You're not going to be able to see them, I don't think. Just got a few mutt guppies in here. Down here we got what were blue-green dragon guppies. See if I can move this light. $41 in here. I think that may be a record. I don't know that I've had 41 people so far in a live stream. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Right here, got a 5-gallon bucket. Anybody else keep fishing a 5-gallon bucket? It's only one trio adults in here, and they're actually called albino galaxy redtails. And then there's some fry. I got the water sprite and hornwort in here, keeping the water good. I change this water like twice a week. Here in the 40-gallon breeder, mainly angelfish, lots of plants, and I need to get all the floating water sprite out of here because it's really blocking the light out. Just another angelfish tank. Up here we got more of the angels, platinum marbles, and one of my polar blue cichlids. All right. Up here we got just a few, you know, I'll have to rethink the name of this strain. I was given this strain for free. It'll come to me in a second, but the males look pretty cool. If it would focus. I need to clean these tanks. I haven't got around to it yet. These are the albino redtails. Only have one male left and three or four females. 4 females it looks like. And again, this is a ragonite. I just have a very small layer. This helps buffer the pH just to keep it from dropping too low. I try to do water changes at least twice a week, between around 30% water changes when I do them. These guys are my blue ghost angels. The light's behind them right now, so it's going to be kind of hard to see them. Let's see if I can pull this light forward. I don't know if that's going to make the blue pop or not. Jimmy P, thank you for being here. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Alright, right here we got some juvenile coral blue tails growing out. This tank has stayed like crystal clear for me. It's anyone that has multiple tanks, I'm sure they go through like certain tanks just being really cloudy for some reason, and you treat them all the exact same. It's like, what's going on? Well, this one in particular has always been like crystal clear, and algae doesn't really grow on this tank, but it's cycled. I don't know, just strange how one tank beside another one. So these two tanks are set up identically, but this one's just does not look anything like this one. Alright, anyway, down here we got a bunch of scared fish in the back. These are the imported metal bluegrass. The same fish that are in this tank here, but these are some of my homebred. Some fry. There's fry in here that I could pull, but I'm just going to leave them in here. And you notice the fry are up front like, where's the food? Alright, these are the snakeskin red lace guppies. And I wish this camera, I'm just using my phone to do this. It'd be so much nicer to have an actual professional camera that I could really zoom in on these guys. This is really pretty strain, if you ask me. Here are some of the blue Moscows, dark blue Moscows. They can almost look black, but if you shine the light on them just right, they're definitely a blue. This one's a lot lighter. He probably needs to be culled and thrown into my mutt tank because he's not necessarily supposed to be that light, but I really like the color anyway. And this tank, it's like full of hair algae. The only tank I have it like it, but about halfway back from bottom to top is just full, completely full of hair algae. I like it. I think it looks really cool. Doesn't bother me. A lot of people would freak out if this was going on in their tank. I just let it go. It choked out a few of my plants, but I don't care. This stuff grows so quickly, and I have it in so many other tanks. And when I do water changes, this hair algae gets full of micro bubbles, and I think it looks really, really cool. I'll have to do some footage of that for you guys. In this tank here, we got the snakeskin red mosaics. Another pretty strain. Down here, my light bar quit working on this end, so this tank is dark, but we got angels in here. They're a little scared of what's going on. I'm gonna have to get them used to being in front of the camera. More angels in there. This tank, we have the half black blue tails. These are imported from Thailand. See if I can get that glare off real quick. There we go. Love the color blue on these. Yeah, I really like this strain. It's been one of my most popular, I'd say definitely top 2. This has been my top 2 sellers as far as the strains I import and sell. These guys go very, very fast for me. And these are the ones I've imported. These were born in Thailand. A lot of people, there's a lot of bad talk on imported Guppies in particular. They like crash for everybody and don't do well. I'm sure that's true in several cases, but I've been fortunate enough that for the most part, I've been very lucky at being able to acclimate these guys to what you would say the U.S. or our water over here. I just don't really have too much of an issue. I don't think I could continually do the import business if I was, but very thankful that things for the most part have been going very well for me. This was originally the half black whites or half black pastels, but there's several generations in. I originally imported this strain about 2 years ago, and I've just let him breed and hadn't really done any culling or select breeding on these guys. They just colony bred, and their coloration has really downgraded over the past few generations, but they still look really cool to me. So I'm just gonna let them keep going. What's up, Stephen P? Thank you for being here. The coral blues. I'll get to that tank here in a minute. Alright. So I think that does it for that rack. Again, I'll back up. 29s and 20 longs. These two are angelfish. That one's angelfish, and then the rest are guppies. The picture quality is not going to be super great, Steven, but these are some of my homebred coral blues that are just starting to get some color to them. That's that guy. And I wish I could show you the color that I see. Sometimes the camera with the lighting just doesn't show it best. Alright, so this is one of my brine shrimp hatcheries. I just use a half-gallon pickle jar and an airline from my central line up there. This here is just on the end of my line. I wrapped it with a towel to damper the noise, and it's got a valve right there that I can twist. I have it cracked open so there's not so much pressure. My linear air pump won't overheat. In here, again, we got some scared angelfish. They're just all dark marbles in the back. And a bunch of, what's this plant, baby?
Hygrophila?
Hygrophila, that's right. So all this hygrophila right here was originally on this plant right here. This was one really big bushy plant, and I went through and cut them all down and repotted them. And I was able to completely go across this 40-gallon breeder off just one plant I broke down. Down here I don't have a tank on, or a light on this tank as of right now, but this is mainly my blue parabas. If I had the light on them, the blue on them would be popping really bright. Here's a tank of some of my, these are the Ponyu guppies, I think they're called. Man, it doesn't seem like it's focusing very well. Or Pingu, I'm sorry. These are the Pingu guppies. I've only got one adult male and basically a trio. These are from Thailand. And I got a bunch of fry in here growing out. So I'm going to see how the fry does, and we'll see. I heat my fish room, Jonathan, and I try to keep the tanks around 75 to 78 degrees. Timbo tanking it easy. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for stopping in. Just replaced a 20 long and put my 10 yellow lab juveniles in it. Now doing water changes and lurking. Alright, man. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas to you, Jonathan. Jess, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Alright. This tank over here, I'll have to connect it to my Fluval app and turn the light back on. I accidentally killed the light sweeping, or not killed it, but unplugged it. But this has peacock cichlids in it, and so does this one. Again, I need to clean the tank, and they don't really like a camera. It probably looks like a strange fish to them, being stuck up to the glass. Alright, so one last little spin around in this room. We got tanks there. I believe we counted yesterday that it was 44 tanks in this room. I'll take y'all to the other room here in just a second. Alright. I'm a little sweaty. Like I said, I heat the whole fish room, so it's kind of warm in there. I just leave the door open in the winter time so the heat can go into the rest of the house. And it's also a little warm today. It's like 70 something degrees. It's insane. Shouldn't be that warm. I'm alright, thank you. Alright, let's get switched back around. This room here, we got 29 with a pair of koi angels. This is a 55 gallon down here with just a community tank mixed with all kind of fish. Got polar blue cichlids over here, got mollies and swordtails and peacock cichlids. Most people would not believe this tank goes to get this tank would survive. Even these little mollies and swordtails will have babies. And sorry, my finger's so close. They'll have babies, and if I can show you, there'll be babies all in this floating plants. I'm able to make the tank work for what it is. They've figured it out. Up here, it's going to be hard to see because I need to clean some of this out, but I got a huge pile of hornwort through there, and it also has some duckweed, so it's really blocking out the light on my discus tank. But I also have some electric blue acaras in here as well, and one Bisher. I'm not sure where he's hiding. Yeah, he's in there somewhere. Take a look at this 29. This one stays pretty clear too. Skipper Aquatics, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Alright, let me check chat. Scroll up through chat just a second, guys. I want to make sure I'm not missing a ton. When I get walking around like this, I get sidetracked. I'm looking at the tank and trying to describe everything instead of watching chat. We got some Coreodoras. We got a few Dojo Loaches in here. Mystery snails. There's one female bristlenose pleco. Petramon, thank you for stopping in. There's a Dojo Loach in between the two caves. And y'all guys see him over in between there? Yeah, these cards are big. Like, I can't actually show you unless they're really close to the front, but they're big. Oh, they're Coolie Loaches. Sorry. Then that's not a Dojo Loach, Coolie Loach. Again, this is my girlfriend's tank. She's mixed her tanks all among mine. She just snuck in the door and corrected me. Alright, over here we got these are actually 33 longs. I got one up top too. They're all divided into 3 sections. So each section's about 11 gallons each. And I got some electric blue Acara fry growing out in there. I'm about to move them into their big tank. They're pushing the limits of that size tank. Here we got some of the panda guppies. Over here we got some Dumbo blacktail guppies. There's also galaxy betas in here. Next up we got full red albino red tails. Got a pair of polar blues in the middle with a group of babies. You can actually see them there moving around on the bottom. I'll zoom in just a second. And this is a random strain of half black red tails that I'm working on. Up here we got some of my koi angels. Just a few, nothing. They're like the gold marbles, but they're koi. And we got Mr. Flower horn here that's about to be going in this big tank. I'm going to be showing you guys that setup. I'm actually conditioning. That dang light's flickering. I'm conditioning these two. This is a female here. I'm going to be breeding these two. She actually just laid a bunch of eggs on me before I was ready. They're all unfertile. She'll probably eat them up today. But these two should pair up together fairly well. They've been around each other, or they've seen each other most of their life. A female flower horn. Let me try to get that out of the glare. 1 second. Let me go around here. The female flower horn will show some vertical bars on her body when she is ready to spawn. Let's see. If you can see on her body, she's got some really vertical bars going. That will only show during breeding times. For the rest of the time, those bars are not there. Man, sorry the color ain't the greatest. That's a little better, I guess. But these guys will be going into a 60-gallon tank together, and hopefully I will get some babies out of the two of them. But they're not very nice fish. They will bite your finger very fast. Especially this female. She don't play. Alright, let me get down off this ladder. I know my camera work is top notch. Again, you're not going to be able to see these guys super great because the window on the back side, but these are full black Moscows. Got a Galaxy Beta in here. Natural light for this tank. Down here we got the duckweed tank. Anybody like duckweed? I got a bunch of it. But these are the juvenile half moon tigers. These guys are probably like 2, 3, they're about 3 months old now. Alright. Down here we got the violet cobras. Wish I would pick up the detail on their bodies a little better. Again, I need to clean this tank. There's a bunch of algae on the front. There's always so much to do when you got so many tanks, and then you're trying to build a whole nother fish room, and it's always something to do. Alright, this next metal rack, I got some plastic totes at the bottom. Got 20 talls in the middle and 10-gallon tanks up top. As you may ask, I went over this in my last live stream, but to explain again, the reason I'm using the totes at the bottom is because 20 talls will be too tall for the way this rack has to be set up. There has to be this shelf has to be right here at this level to connect the two pieces of metal on the corner. So just the way it worked with the shelving, and not to mention these shelves are exactly 24 inches, and 20 talls are 24 inches, and they just wasn't working here. There wasn't enough room to get in. So, and I didn't want to use 10-gallon tanks. They would have been kind of small. I prefer to use more water volume per tank. So I went with these 15.5-gallon totes. I've been using these same 3 for almost 3 years now. No cracking, nothing, no problems with them whatsoever. People have asked me about the bowing, or I've seen people talk about wanting to use them, but they started bowing real bad, so they were afraid. These bow like crazy, but that's all. They've never cracked or busted on me or anything. I'll show you from the side here how bad it bows. I mean, it circled out pretty good, but it holds. It hadn't had an issue with it at all. And both these tanks here are Galaxy Blue Tails. Let's see. Do I have that? Get my handy dandy scooper. These guys are amazing. I love the looks of these guys. Super cool body patterns. What do you guys think of these? Alright, so again, those are the Galaxy Blue Tails. Kind of sucks they're in the totes because you can't just look at them from the side, like through the tank and see them. That's the one downfall. Here we got some of my would-be snakeskin tiger mosaics. I only got a few adults in here that were imported, and then the rest, just a ton of fry coming in. These guys are really cool looking too. Here's another 5-gallon bucket with just a trio of albino blue tails and some fry growing in. And the bucket's full of Java moss. And I've had this set up for quite a while. The Java moss does well in there without a light right over it. Really enjoying the Java moss. It's a good plant. Here we got red dragons and a ton of fry. With a dirty tank, I haven't got to cleaning these tanks. You can see there's buildup of algae. All I do is take a sponge and clean them off. These are the Dumbo red tails. And then here we got Dumbo mosaics. $43 people here, 32 thumbs up. That is awesome, guys. Thank you so much for sticking in. Here we got the yellow Neocaridina shrimp. Yeah, I love them guppies too, Sandy. One of my favorites for sure. Shrimpy. We got some fast moving legs. Man, I super appreciate all the lurkers, anybody in here. Nearly 50 people in here, man. That is insane. I don't think I've had over 30. All right, let me get this camera zoomed back out. All right, here we go, guys. We got the metal blacktails. Again, the light is behind them, so it's not gonna be the best quality picture. A tip for if you want to record better pictures is move your light. This light's set up on, I got them hoisted up on some paper towel things. But if you can pull your light to the very front of the tank, it puts the light right in front of them so you can really pick up the body patterns better. This tank is about empty and really dirty. I'm just letting it sit there and do its thing. Here we got mainly just females of, these were the half moon leopards. I sold all the males and we're left with several females, so I'm just going to let them stay in here and see what kind of fry they produce. They look very, very similar to like the half moon tigers. Some of them do anyway, but the leopard pattern is quite different. Alright. I guess I never zoomed in on this tank. Here we are with the Dumbo Dumbo blacktails. My fish tanks, John, thank you for stopping in. See you later. You have a Merry Christmas with your family. Ed Mufti starting in just a minute. Are they starting here in just a minute, or are they starting an hour? Oh, yeah. I got you. I wasn't sure if they were starting at 3 or 2 o'clock Central Time. Electric blue Acara fry, or I'd say young juveniles. Over here we got, again, these are the Panda Guppies. One of my double tail Galaxy Koi bettas. We got about 20 young albino bristlenose plecos in here. Couple of mystery snails. Yeah, Steven, I like these guys too. I sold pretty much everything I had and luckily was left with one male. So we'll see if I can redo this colony. There's some fry in here, but they're, again, probably hiding up in the hornwort. One of my favorite things to use. Half black blue tail, or half black red tails. Too many half black strains. Let me see if I can move to where it's not so blurry. And this is lava rock here, a very porous stone. That's really good for beneficial bacteria to grow on. If you're wondering, that's all I got for substrate purposes in most of these tanks. Here we are with the polar blue cichlid pair and their fry. I love looking at baby fish. Mom and Dad are doing a great job though. Very happy with these fish. All the ones I've had have shown amazing parenting skills. So I like them better than your typical convict cichlid. These guys stay really small and they have more of the balloon face like the parrot cichlid. They got a fatter body, really cool look. From what I've read, they were originally crosses between the convicts and the parrot cichlids. But these guys stay real small. These parents here are literally under 2 inches. Very, very small. Freaky Fish Lady, do most of my sales through what is called like band.com, BAND, or it's an app. Most people just download the app on their phone, the Band app. It's a community deal, kind of like Facebook, but I have my own group on there, and I personally like it better than a website because it's more personable. I'm able to actually communicate. You can text or message your buyer, the person you're buying from, or there's options to even video chat or call if you want to. So if somebody's really on the fence about buying from me, or they would rather, I can almost give a customer the experience of being in a fish store if I can just video chat them and walk around and show them all the tanks, and it's just more like a one-on-one personable experience. I get to know each buyer better. It's not, a website would be so much nicer and easier, less work, but for what I've created for the business, the platform I use works really well. I've have more business through that app than I can really handle, and it's just been amazing. I know I could traffic more customers if all I did was have a website that would take out all the communication and all the work I put into each customer. But there's ups and downs to both sides. In here we got a bunch of older albino bristlenose plecos, and a few standard colored, and a wild net. I don't know if any of y'all keep them nets, but this one's been doing really well for me in this tank. Alright, so I think that's about it for this room. Again, we'll back up. I'll go over it again. Don't get mad for these things being in such a small area. I'm conditioning them to see each other all the time and give them a better chance at being good mates with each other. They've got to the point when I first put them together, they would hit the glass at each other, and now they do not do that anymore at all. So I feel fairly confident that I could get them in the breeding tank and hopefully have a success. Again, she had a layer of eggs already this week on the bottom of the glass. Just wasn't ready. I don't have the tank set up, but that's a really good sign. Both their breeding tubes dropped at the same time. So I just know, I'm almost certain they're going to work out to be a great pair. I would love to do a video on that. Hopefully one day soon. So, got the blue diamond discus. Sorry for the glare. Another blue diamond. Got the Bisher. What up, guy? How's it going? Bishers are so cool. What up, Discus? Yeah, I've had these guys since they were little. They were only like 2.5 inches. I had actually originally imported 30 discus from Thailand, and I sold almost all of them, but 2 of the blue diamonds and 2 of the Malibus, or no, not Malibu, it's a marble, call it like the marble coloration. Alright guys, well, I know I'm running over. Lefty and Ed are going now, and I don't want to take away from them. So I think I'm about to wrap it up here. This is a fish room that doesn't have as much as I want. I want to completely build in this whole wall here with tanks, and I'm going to redo this to where the tanks are long ways and try to rack out probably this whole wall too eventually, and move these bigger tanks out of here. But we'll see how it goes. All right guys, well I want to thank y'all so much for coming in. I believe I hit the record number of people in here today. It was nearly 50, I believe. It may have gotten over. I wasn't paying attention the whole time. But I want to thank you for stopping in. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, I still hope you have a great day. Each and every one of y'all means so much to me, and I can't thank you enough for all the support. One last mention, again, I do have a way bigger following on Facebook, so if you're on Facebook at all, go to Facebook groups, type in my name, it's the same as YouTube, J. Oliver's Guppies and Aquatics. Pull that up, there's about 6,000 members in my personal group. All I do is post updates on my personal stuff in that group particularly. I also run the largest guppy group based in America on Facebook with almost 12,000 members. And that group is called All About Guppies USA Only. So if you're into guppies at all, it's basically pretty much only a helpful group. There's no sales post or anything like that allowed. We just try to help people in the group and become better hobbyists. So if you want, feel free to join my Facebook groups and then just be able to keep up with me better. I do more of a daily update through Facebook. It was my Facebook followers that really talked me into doing YouTube. So for them, I'm very thankful. Facebook has been a great tool for me. Lots of knowledge on there as far as what I've learned and been able to do. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm bouncing off here. I'll catch y'all in Lefty and Edge channel. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, and if I don't see you again before the New Year's, Happy New Year's as well. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.